Good morning, everybody. We've made it to a turning point in our ascension process and in our cosmic journey. We don't really know what's going to happen, but we all kind of know what we want to happen. And so I believe that we were told something in order to participate, in order to all come together and magnify, initiate, and ignite something. This isn't like a day or time of waiting for something to happen. So we can't sit on the couch on the solstice and just kind of look up and go, we're waiting, we're waiting. So the reason why I'm in bed and I probably look miserable. I had a final purge yesterday. It was kind of gross. As a lot of people know, I kind of share that I do take medication for mental clarity. What I mean by that is anxiety, stress, PTSD, panic disorder is what I've been diagnosed of having, and sometimes you get to a point where taking too much in your body, there's too many energies that are greater than us, and I attune to every frequency because I feel like there's something, there's something that these bodies are capable of doing. These bodies are not equipped to handle the work that we do. And, long story short, I had an interaction of medications that did not go smoothly as I was being placed on a new set of medications. And I know what people say, like, oh, I don't do. But sometimes when you have to validate your sanity, and you have to validate balancing yourself and grounding yourself too. And sometimes the toxic chemicals of pharmaceutical medicines are the anchor in 3D, but anchor is the key word because there's no such word as grounding in 5D. There's not. You can't ground in something that's not here in the physical. It's metaphysical. So I always kept my vibration up. I always stayed open to divine counsel. I always stayed, here, present. So long story short, I had to purge whatever was in my stomach yesterday in order to get my chakras clear and have a. I'm sorry, I'm asleep. I'm yawning on you guys. But I was gonna just have a purified body, and yeah. But the medications were gross. I was like, the way I was talking, it was just like not me. Like the things in my head were not me. Not negative, but they were just, when you have a voice that says, what you hear, what you see, what you feel. And I'm like, Aaron doesn't think or say or, you know. And I was laughing about it though, but it was just strange. But it created a lot of panic, a lot of angst, anxiety. And the worst part is when I know my body wants to reject something, the energy of my body, the chi, the kundalini are all forcing my heart to, contract. And when that contraction's happening, then I know my stomach needs to release. So I was like, ugh. Anyways, the dream states that I've been having. I had a dream 2 days ago about ships on an ocean. They were like far out ships, like arcs that were in the ocean. They were unique in design and very architectural. But I remembered yelling at people that were waiting at the ocean for these ships to board. I'm like, no, I was trying to stop people from being deceived because they were told that these ships were of the Galactic Federation, which was a big lie. And the people who boarded these ships, basically, they got imprisoned or, like those movies you see where they're bonded by arms and they're all linked together. And what I saw was the ships were caught in a tidal wave. Thousands of ships were caught in the tidal wave. It was like this alarms, and they were saying evacuate, evacuate, and people were running to the ocean and boarding these arcs, and they were like super duper duper cool looking. And that was deceiving to a lot of us who were like, I don't know. So when I realized that something wasn't right, I actually went back home in the dream. And when I came back home, the light was waiting for me. So I don't know what that means. Maybe you guys can resonate. The second dream I had was last night, and I had like a revisit of my lifeline, which was kind of cool. I know when we approach death or rapture or whatever they say like the book of life opens and it has a review of yourself. And I don't think that it's a review of all the bad stuff, because I didn't see any bad or negative things that I may have felt I inflicted. It is cold. But what's interesting is when you live out the guilt, the shame, the pain, the hurt, and all that stuff, and the sinful ways, and blah blah blah, it's dead because it's lived out. And the things that are not like your deeds and the good stuff, the gestures, the genuine things that you do, because they're not in the physical, they are alive. So it's a as above, so below situation where I was like, this is kind of cool. Thank you, Jesus. That's kind of cool. That my realizations of living in general are, it's kind of cool. Like, you get to live out your good and your bad at the same realm, in the same level, but things that you carried out physically, you lived, are not here. They're dead. So whatever resonates from your heart, your pure soul, your love is what is all being looked at. So love is the highest frequency. So I guess what I'm trying to say is everything else is a blank. It's not on radar by the Almighty. It's not on radar. The only things that are on radar are your heart and your good intentions. It's almost like when you don't pay attention to anything else but one thing. So yeah, that was my final message before we approach the solstice, and I hope you guys have a great Sunday, and we'll see what happens tomorrow. I did want to talk about the Anunnaki, but I'll put that in my next video. You guys are going to trip. See you in the next video.